I think while young people, like many other communities, don't have a consolidated stance as to for SRM or against SRM, I think we do understand the gravity of our current circumstances and are in favor of research and experimentation of SRM to better understand its short-term and long-term impacts. And to be prepared in the event of a climate emergency, I think now is the time to establish internationally coordinated open SRM research programs, as well as start designing inclusive governance architecture. I think, but one of the main concerns harbored by many of the young people I've engaged with is the lack of inclusivity on current SRM activities. Many developing countries would stand to gain or lose the most if SRM was ever deployed. However, despite this, most of the research and discussion of SRM is taking place in developed, highly industrialized countries. And to make the vision of open and global discussion on SRM a reality, my peers and I hope that solar geoengineering research on a large scale can be independently conducted beyond Europe and North America, and in more like in developing regions, and also empowering these developing regions to run their own consultations on SRM and develop their own stances. This can be funding can be acquired from different sources, but I think the main point is to ensure that these consultations are locally led, but globally connected. And that being said, I think another interesting point, which might have been brought up before, is it's important to highlight that in the global discussion on SRM, that these technologies are only a temporary fix. It's a means to buy us some much needed time in the race to net zero. It's a way to offset the detrimental impacts of global warming, which we're not yet equipped to face. But at some point, no amount of SRM deployment will suffice to lower temperatures. And this could potentially cause a massive and rapid surge in global temperatures. And thus, it's so important that SRM doesn't make nations misdirect their attentions from ambitious actions needed to meet the 1.5 degree promise of the Paris Agreement.